Hello and welcome back everybody to Clannad. So, at this point you may be wondering, why in the hell did you even make a schedule if you never follow it? Isn't Saturday supposed to be a Life is Strange day? Well, I have a problem right now. For some reason, Life is Strange doesn't recognize my controller anymore. I have no idea why, and as of now I have no idea what to do. So I thought to myself, I better record the Clannad episode than do nothing, you know? So this is why we're doing Clannad today, and I apologize for the Life is Strange fans from you out there. I'll try to find a solution as soon as possible. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into Furukawa Bakery. Morning. No one is around. The loaves of bread are neatly arranged on the trays. That means the store is still open. But how come no one is looking after it? I'm coming inside. I go into the corridor. There are noises coming from the right-hand room. I open the door. Are you losing some kind... I say he's losing some kind of board game. Or maybe not. Everyone is carving. Oh right! Oh god, how could I forget? The stars, obviously. Hi. Sure. Old man, what are you doing here? What about the store? Cover what? Don't drop that kind of responsibility on your daughter's friend. Just how old are you? My head is starting to ache. A voice comes from the front of the store. Did you hear that? There's the customer. Don't count on me. Sanae-san has finally decided to intervene. The old man is going to have a taste of her wrath. That sounds kind of wrong, man. Really, you shouldn't carve next to bread. That's kind of unhygienic, I suppose. The old man puts the knife down and stands up unwillingly. Ah, sorry, I interrupted you. No one has said anything like that. Yep, just get to work already. No, but the customer waiting out there can. Just what kind of customer are you talking about? The old man tucks up his sleeves and leaves the room. I won't. With that said, Sanae follows her husband outside. Furukawa stands up. Nah, it's fine. I wonder if she can drink. But apparently she can drink juice through her nose. So I assume ghosty Fuko can also drink stuff through her mouth. I guess that would make sense. Is that so? Even Furukawa has left the room. A newfound silence is covering the whole room. Like the calm after a storm. The calm. Not the calm. The calm. Do American people say calm? I don't think so, do they? Only the sounds of Fuko working on her carving can be heard. Say, Fuko, what do you think about this family? Unbelievably silly, isn't it? Even I myself don't understand what I just said. In other words, it's really fun here, isn't it? She nods. By the way, Just, I know I'm sorry that I'm interrupting again in the middle of a scene, but I wasn't the only one confused about her hair color. And apparently, officially it's green. But it's a really muddy green, I'd say. The sound of the knife shaving the wood comes to a halt. Fuko is holding a freshly made wooden star in her hands. She puts it on the ground next to 4 other finished carvings. You've done that many Oh, you've done that many since last night. Huh. She seems to have improved somewhat. The carvings are much better shaped than the one she gave me. Well, it's like the first piece of an artist. I bet you could sell that shit if she gets famous for carving. Arranging them on the floor like that makes it look like a night sky. Well, they are stars, aren't they? Oh. That is awkward. But I'm talking about these things. Don't tell me. You've been carving starfish all this time? It's the starfish part that doesn't make any sense. That means she's been giving starfish to people as presents. Who would want to receive a starfish sculpture? SpongeBob! I pick up one of the carvings and look at it. A star would be kind of acceptable, but starfish? What kind of idiot would think starfish are cute? You really realize that this is before the times of SpongeBob SquarePants. Although 2003, I actually don't really remember when the SpongeBob phenomenon happened. I'm a big SpongeBob fan. Of the earlier seasons at least. At some point SpongeBob got, and I know this is kinda ironic, but at one point SpongeBob got really silly. What was I about to say? What was the point I wanted to make? To be honest, I can't remember the beginning of my sentence anymore. Alzheimer's be damned. It can't be real. Normally, there's no way anyone could go into a trance thinking about starfish. Rather, I wonder what's in her mind right now. Is she eating the starfish in there? Do they even taste any good? To test my theory, I push one leg of the starfish I'm holding into her mouth. Eat it. Eat it. I already once told the story about a friend and a cookie. And yeah, I think I even told that story in Clannad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I told the story. Where I fed a sleeping friend a cookie. Yeah, I told that story. It doesn't go in smoothly. I forced it a bit more, pushing up her upper lip. The starfish's leg slides up. And hits her nasal bone. Well, that's kinda rude. The pain must have pulled Fuko back to reality. She curls up on herself, groaning. It does look pretty painful. That is a good question. She glares at me with her tearful eyes. My bad, my bad. I thought you would eat it. She snatches back the starfish and embraces it. Ah, I remember my point. Yes. I'm not sure when SpongeBob actually first was released into public. But that doesn't actually matter all that much, since I don't know how big SpongeBob SquarePants is in Japan. That is actually another good point. That's what I wanted to say, now I remember again. She snatches back the starfish and embraces it. So it's not the taste that matters, but the appearance. Even if I want to give it back, it's no longer my possession. That is a good question. Goddamn, why did I skip the scene where he gave it to his father? I'm such a jerk. I'll have to go back at one point and read it. Anyway, gotta take a look at the walkthrough. And as we all know, I have it prepared. Right? And of course I was unprepared. So, I'm supposed to tell her the truth. So let's do that. Sorry. By the way, I was asked in the comments, don't you play the routes blind usually? And I don't know if I didn't make that clear. Apparently I didn't. If I did, nobody would probably need to ask. But in the Fuko route, I'm using a walkthrough, I think, until April 30th? I think it was. I was told, because that is important to get, like, a real ending, to do all the stuff right until April 30th. And I guess afterwards, after April the 30th, I'll do my decisions on my own and then see if I don't know, fuck up the whole ending or anything. But you know, that is what I was told about the Fuko route. So, that is what we're doing right now. Sorry. I didn't need it, so I gave it to someone else. The starfish you gave me. Fuko freezes in shock. That's why, you see... Give me another one, will you? Come on, don't blow a fuse on me. Now. Try to calm down. It seems I've angered her quite badly. Slowly pinch her nose. I don't even need to look at the walkthrough, but I'll do it anyway. Of course we do it. I slowly stretch out my hand to pinch Fuko's nose. She pushes me aside and runs away. That is a very good question. I thought your anger would soften if I pinched your nose. Fine, I'll stop. Fuko takes a wooden cube out of her cloth bag and starts working on it right away. I always try to say clothing bag. Why do I do that? Furukawa's back with a tray in her hands. Apparently she was unaware that, I don't know, Tomoya was mistreating Fuko, even though, like, the kitchen is directly the next room. Logic. Oh well, I guess Furukawa is a pretty unaware person in general, if you know what I mean. Thank you. Or thank you, or whatever the Japanese thinks that. The glass I took has some orange-colored liquid in it. Just how old are you? I still give it a try regardless. It's good. Furukawa's eyes are drawn into the wooden starfish on the floor. She must be thinking that they're stars. Struck by Nagisa's statement, I cough out the juice. You... How did you know that they're starfish? More than that, how could starfish look cute to you? Fair enough. So anything that looks like a star is considered cute to you. Fine, I give up. However, our conversation doesn't make it to Fuko's ears. She's totally immersed in carving. She takes a quick glance at me when she says that. Fuko's eyes move between the glass and Furukawa's hand and her knife. You know, taking a 5-minute break won't hurt anyone. With that said, the knife in her hand starts moving again. Don't tell me, has she been working like this since yesterday? Why is that? Well, I don't think it's wrong to think like that. It's not like she has to do it. It's something she decided on her own. She wants to celebrate her sister's wedding. It's not our place to keep her from doing it. For a while, we just keep on watching Fuko working in silence. The melting ice makes a sound in the glass. Furukawa speaks out softly, as if murmuring to herself. Huh? Still holding the tray at chest level, Furukawa looks at me. You know, if we accept the ghost premise, which we apparently do, it seems like she's a ghost on a mission. Quote unquote, ghost on a mission. So I'd say that's probably a bad idea. Because apparently that's not really... I don't know. You know, it's if she wanted to, she would have done that. It's not what she wants to do. You know? It just doesn't feel right. Okay. But apparently I have no saying in this visual novel anymore because the walkthrough says otherwise. So, I'm supposed to say, I guess so. Okie dokie. I'll save though, just in case. Because, I don't know, I feel like that is stupid. But I guess Fuko won't do it anyway. I guess so. Should we go and set up the meeting through the two of us? Hey, Fuko. I can feel Furukawa's back softly touching me as she... Huh. How did that happen? I just tried to imagine like the scenery. How did her back... Well, when she sits down next to him... Yeah, I could see her back touching him. Okay. But why not her arm or anything? It's just a bit... Huh. But, details. I can feel Furukawa's back softly touching me as she comes to sit down next to me. But if you see her, and tell her what you want to tell her, isn't that the ultimate goal of what you're doing? Isn't it fine as long as you can tell her? Congratulations, isn't it? Isn't that all you want to do? Her eyes never move up from the floor as she says that. Your voice certainly has reached us. That is why we are here, by your side. Am I wrong? Okay, I can't follow. What do you want to say? Yeah, I think that is pretty clear. I just wonder why. You know, why can't you meet her? As mentioned, apparently you're a ghost on a mission, etc. And you can only be in peace or wake up, either or, if you fulfill your goal. The question remains, why all this in the first place, you know? Maybe something like a childhood dream. Maybe her sister always had the dream of a big wedding with a lot of people, or something like that. I wonder if what she says, what she is saying is true. Do things absolutely have to be that way? If that is the case, how about we tell her that in your place? No good? It's not cheating. But you will, won't you? Not a single word comes back from her. Fuko is moving the knife in silence again. We don't understand anything. Just what her existence really means. Maybe someday, she will suddenly disappear from our sight. If that is the case, the thought flashes by, leaving behind a trail of sadness in me. A voice from behind. Sanae-san has returned. There you go again. She must still be thinking that they're stars. Ignorance can be such a bliss. She got me. That's the power of blood, alright. They're without a doubt mother and daughter. Fuko holds out one of her starfish in front of Sanae-san. Although I don't think you have to convince her to go to your sister's wedding, to be honest. Fuko nods. Oh! Oh! Right! Forgot about that, Isogai-san. I have a bad feeling what's about to happen. But I can't bring myself to cut in the pleasant conversation they're having. The descriptions are getting a bit too detailed. If she accidentally lets out the art teacher bit. My internal alarm is ringing hard. My face is kissing the floor. We're not talking about your grades here. Whoops. It's going to happen for real this time. Yeah. It just doesn't work in visual novels. I know I said that, but the whole... I mean, it's... I don't know, there are anime I like that falling over, etc. That works in comedies, it works in general. I at least don't have a problem with it, but it translates so badly into text. Thwump, and the screen is a bit shaking. I don't know, man. Feels like, hey, what do you want from me? Am I supposed to laugh now? That has nothing to do with your art grades. Not at all. They're perfectly ordinary people. Fine. I'll keep my mouth shut. Fuko almost dropped the bomb, but halted for some reason. Apparently Furukawa has made her way behind Sanae-san and is signaling Fuko to stop. Nice one, Furukawa. Fuko frantically looks around the room. She must be looking for a fake name to use. Don't tell me she's going to use the first name she sees again. Her eyes stop at the newspaper stand. There, the front page of one paper has the headline, Diet Woman Taguchi Makiko's Replacement. I guess Makiko would work. Of course. Again, late at night, etc. But why the family name? No, that doesn't sound believable. I mean, I'm no expert on Japanese names, but I don't think people are called Taguchi with first name. There is a wrestler who's called Taguchi, but it's his last name again. Don't you find it strange? That's another way to read the characters for Koku. Cool. Goddamn. But since your sister's going on a trip with her family, it will take some time. Right, Fuko? Fuko nods. With my final insurance, the conversation thankfully somehow comes to an end. It doesn't take long before Fuko returns to her work. We all spent the whole day together. I hope that serves as a reminder to Fuko that she's not alone. I would be satisfied if that's enough to keep her focused on her carving without any worry. Next day? Yeah, next day. We're coming closer to the end, people. I wonder... although I assume it's still quite a bit. I mean... I saw the walkthrough. It goes way into May. And I have a feeling that the ending of this route will be probably rather long. So... we probably have a bit ahead of us still. Right after third period's break time is over, Sonohara finally shows up at school. Throwing the school bag on the desk violently, he then proceeds to sit down, propping his legs on that miserable back. So you are still alive. Looks like what I said didn't go over well with him just now. He actually sounded very angry. Not like ridiculously angry like he usually does. That sounded more like legit anger. You did it on your own, didn't you? I'm a good thing you reminded me of that. To be honest, I had no idea anymore what you were talking about. Whew! Have a bad memory. He wasn't wrong. Perhaps even pros can't do that. But how can anything be impossible for a genius sportsman such as yourself? Of course I do. That's why you've got to try again today. Not really. I think you're just too easy to manipulate. Ah, that's a dick move, Tomoya. That's really a dick move. Quite fun, I would say. Whoops. Are you going to back run down the slope again today? Just as lunch break arrives, I stand up quickly, ready to go. Sonohara, still sitting in his chair, looks up at me suspiciously. Lunch? Do you even have to ask? No. It's really hard to tell you. The truth is, seeing your face makes me lose my appetite. It's you who made me say that. And here I'd wanted to bury it deep inside my heart forever. Well, just forget about it. You pitiful soul. That's about it. Gotta go. Bye. Leaving the heartbroken Sonohara behind, I step out of the classroom. We are gathering in front of the empty classroom in the old building. You know what I realize? I jump so much between American English and British English, you know? I mean, I'm all the time talking wrong English. That is what I do. But in pronunciation-wise, I'm jumping always back and forth. Sometimes I say ask, sometimes I say ask, sometimes I say classroom, sometimes I say classroom. And it's not that I'm trying, it's just sometimes it comes out this way and sometimes it comes out that way. I guess if I was more influenced by one or the other, because, I don't know, I lived among Americans or something, or I lived around British people, then I would probably say either the one or the other. But since I'm basically talking to myself all the time, it's just like I'm switching around without even realizing. It's really weird. If I was a viewer of mine, to be honest, I'm not sure I would believe what I'm just saying right now, if I was a viewer of mine. Because it sounds so stupid that you do both, and you're not trying to be stupid, you know? But it's just the way it comes out. It's weird. We are gathering... Oh, I already read that. We must first take care of the rumor. Or else you won't be able to walk around the school anymore. Didn't I already tell you? Those who knew about the accident are making a ruckus about your being a ghost after they saw you at school. Use your brain, would you? That's basically what a ghost does, you know? How would they react after you explained that to them? Would they just say, so you're kind of like a ghost, but different. That's cool. And let it go. You really expect that to happen, huh? Furukawa would get mad at me if I used my hand, so I can only put pressure on her with words and attitude now. Also in general, like beating up little girls. Not good. Like, I wonder why you even consider that. No. None? Maybe like French? No, I'm not using my hand. I still get scolded in the end. Listen, Fuko. Even if it is the truth, an explanation like that is still too much for people. That is why we should just tell them you've been discharged from the hospital. Or else those media people will show up eventually. You know, the Daily Occultist, the Occultist Telegraph, all those big newspapers. Or do you want the attention? That is right. Come on, you're a good girl. I raise my hand to stroke her head. Dodging her attempts to brush my hand away, I keep stroking over and over again. Fuko screams as she desperately runs away from me. You really should get a whistle. Are you some sort of pullback spring toy? And ends up bumping into another student. Silly girl. Furukawa rushes to her side. A third-year female student who is standing nearby speaks Fuko's name. She seems to be a friend of the student our Starfish lover bumped into. Mitsui. Have we heard of her before? Is she one of the... No, she's a third year, so she can't be of the vocal club. Then I think she's new. Her face doesn't betray a single emotion. The other student seems to have guessed the situation and goes on ahead. Fuko speaks to Mitsui. The girl replies without showing even a trace of emotion. Leaving behind a simple word of parting, she walks past us. Furukawa and I make our way to Fuko, who is now standing in silence. She's so cold-hearted. But the last time you saw her was 2 years ago, right? Her attitude was just too plain. Oh. This girl. She didn't spend enough time at this school to make a single friend before getting into that accident. Someone is weeping next to me. Yeah, that sounds about the right translation. I can't make out the last part of her sentence. Under the circumstance, I can't let Furukawa be the only one to say that. Me too. Can I be your friend too?
嫌です。
Ah, this little.
岡崎さん、言うことはきついですけど、本当はとても優しい人です。
That sounds very unbelievable.
テレ屋さんなだけです。
That sounds about right.
本当はふーちゃんのこと好きなんです。大好きなんです。ちょっと羨ましいです。
Whoops. So you want me to like you? Oh, probably. So more like, so you want me to like you? Or more excited, like, so you want me to like you? Yes! Yes, I love you. Anyway, the question almost slipped out of my mouth, but now is not the time for that. The conversation is more important. Well, Fuko, I won't tell you to be friendly to me. But do remember that I am your ally.
敵です。
I'm an ally.
敵です。
I said I'm your ally. Are you even listening? I made her run away again.
岡崎さん、味方は怒鳴ったりしないです。
I don't know. Allies tend to yell at each other. You ever been in the military? That's how it's work. That's how it work. That's how it works. Yeah. In the military they don't speak English either. Yeah, I guess so. Hey Fuko, come here. I won't yell at you anymore. Is she trying to intimidate me? Well, you don't have to make me your ally, but please don't think of me as your enemy.
じゃあ、天敵です。
It'll just get worse that way.
岡崎さん、何か悪いことでもしたんですか？
To be frank, I've done more than I can remember. But if I were to tell Furukawa that honestly, just what would she say to me?
岡崎さん、心当たりありそうです。
No, not at all.
少し怪しいです。
She's strangely sharp at this kind of
も
thing.
しあるなら、ふーちゃんにちゃんと謝った方がいいと。
Not really, it's more like we were just playing around. Actually, I would call it a form of communication.
そう言われると何も言えないです。でも、今後は注意してあげてください。
You know, all our favorite language is Jews to nose. Yeah, I get it. I'll be careful.
ふーちゃん、注意してくれるそうですから、もう大丈夫です。
Fuko hesitantly comes closer to us. And...
じゃあ、友達の知り合いということで。友達って私のことですか？
Fuko nods. And I'm Nagisa's acquaintance. But I've known her way longer than you.
じゃあ、友達の親しい人ということで。
Although way longer is like a bit much. Like the beginning of April? When does the visual novel start again? I think it's like the beginning of April, right?
そんなのでいいんですか？
Nagisa gives me a quick look.
じゃあ、天敵ということで。あ、さっきの方が良かったです。じゃあ、そういうことで。
Yeah, I guess it's not about the names and the technicalities.
はい、お願いします。
So in the end, I'm just an acquaintance of an acquaintance.
岡崎さん、これからどうしますか？
As our debate comes to an end, Furukawa turns to me and asks, Let's see. How about we go see the art teacher? I don't know how much we need exactly. The carvings are gonna take a lot of wood, right? Good point. Having found the teacher in charge of the art department, I strike up the conversation. You know, by the way, am I always the only person who imagines every teacher we see in the teacher's lounge to be this lady here on the left? Except when it's male voices, of course. You know about the wooden blocks used for carving, right? I kind of need them now. The wooden cubes, about this size. Yeah. It's still the lady kind of for me though. Right, those are the ones.
お願いします。
Next to me, Furukawa's bowing down. No.
しかしそんなもの何に使うんだい？
Bow and arrow. Bowing down. Alright, here we go. Man, bow and bow. Me arch nemesis. Arch enemy or nemesis. Both doesn't work. You see, we have awakened to the beauty of sculptures. Art is just so nice. Don't you think so, Furukawa?
はい、素敵です。
え、本当かい？
Yeah, I guess that is how you sway an art teacher, because nobody gives a shit about art. It's just, I don't know what it's like in your country, but I feel like this is probably an international phenomenon. There are two kinds of teachers who are never, ever respected by a pupil. And, okay, there are exceptions. But usually, like, the art teacher and the music teachers are the ridiculous ones for the pupil. And that is actually unfair, because students should be nice to all the teachers. But often, I don't know, the students don't take the subject serious, and the teachers in these subjects are often not, can I say that, strict enough. So it's often a waste of everybody's time. One thing about school I really don't miss. Art. And sports. A tiny light sparks in the teacher's eyes. The mischief I've caused is nothing less than infamous, and the fact that Furukawa's repeated a year may also have reached his ears. For two such lost causes to talk about the greatness of art, how could he possibly bear to destroy our enthusiasm?
わかった。なんとかするよ。でも、これは特別だからね。
After that, we follow the teacher to the art
傷ん
room.
でて使えないのとかあるけどさ、その辺は自分たちで選んだよね。まあ、練習にはちょうどいいと思うけど。
I take from him a cardboard box full of wood blocks. We bring the box to the empty classroom. With this many blocks, we won't have to worry about the supply for a while.
すごい量です。
Let's see. As I open the box, about to choose the blocks that are usable, someone is knocking on the wall. I turn around to see Sunohara standing by the entrance. Was that about right? I feel like that was an appropriate noise. He must have tailed me here.
よ、ご一同さん。なあ、岡崎。これは何の真似かな？僕との方はどうなったのかな？
He's wooing the women. The big ones and the small ones, apparently. I told you no already, Tonto. Whatever that means.
釣れないね。別のやつとこんなに仲良さそうにしちゃってさ。
篠原さん、お久しぶりです。
Oh right, you already know Nagisa. Completely forgot. Yeah, this is basically the Nagisa route with a turn after the whole drama club thing kinda vanished, you know?
どうされてましたか？
それが聞いてくれよ、渚ちゃん。こいつのせいでさ。
Sunohara, the genius, has attempted a technique that goes beyond the rank of mere professional.
へっ、今日も一丁やるか。あんなもんやってたものか。
Such a noisy guy.
すごい技に挑戦されてたんですか？それはすごいです。
まあね。
じゃあ、今日から練習を再開されるんですか？
I wonder if Clannad invented dubstep. This music in the background. I mean, at least this electronical music. I have no idea about music. But I feel like it doesn't feel like 2003. Or at least it's not the stuff you heard on radio in 2003. Or at least I feel like it.
もちろんだね。というわけで、岡崎を借りてくね。
You don't get to make that call.
ほら、渚ちゃんも言ってやってくれ。
Is that okay with you, Furukawa?
それは困ります。
Got that?
どうして？岡崎と一緒にいたいんだったら、渚ちゃんも一緒に来たらいいし。
それはもちろん一緒にいたいです。でも、それとはまた別です。実は、私と岡崎さん、ふーちゃんのお手伝いをしようって決めたんです。
ふーちゃん？誰？
That. I point at the little thing trying to stay hidden in the corner of the classroom.
あいつ僕の髪の色を変だとか抜かしやがったやつじゃん。渚ちゃんの友達だったのかよ。
はい、友達です。私を教えてくださった先生の妹さんでもあるんです。
ふん、義理がたいね、渚ちゃんは。
違います。お姉さんの伊吹先生もふーちゃんのことも本当に好きだからです。
じゃあ僕は好きじゃないって？
いえ、もちろん好きです。だから悩みます。でも篠原さんは男の子ですから。
So try your best on your
お
own.
前が言うな。
In the first place, I didn't want anything to do with basketball.
てめえの意思なんて関係ないね。
It's the most important thing.
あの、
Still keeping the distance, Fuko speaks out to us. We turn around.
ふうこは一人でもいいです。
She still hasn't moved an inch from the corner as she says that.
そんな、ふーちゃん、私一緒にいます。ふうこ、慣れてますから。そんなこと慣れちゃダメです。
And Furukawa just announced her friendship so proudly a few moments ago. What Fuko said must have come as quite a shock to her.
なんだよ。まるで僕が悪者じゃないか。
Well, you are. Aren't you? Yeah.
よし。ならここはスポーツマンシップにのっとって。
What do you mean?
お前、僕と勝負しろ。
Okay. Since I have to end it somewhere here, and I don't know when this scene will end, I feel like this is a good point to stop. Because next episode we can see the match, whatever they are going to do. I don't know, maybe thump wrestling or something. Anyway, I'm glad that Sunohara gets included somehow again. You know, I always feel shitty in the routes where Sunohara is just suddenly gone, like in the Kotomi route. Don't get me wrong, I love the Kotomi route, but it just feels shitty to just abandon him, you know? I liked how he was included in the Tomoyo route, although he was an asshole in the Tomoyo route. Gotta acknowledge that. But at least he was around. And in the end, he kinda came around to be a nice guy, you know? Just took him a while. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Once again, sorry for no Life is Strange today. I'll try to figure out what is going on with the controller and the game. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow to more Clannad, and if I figured out the problem, to more Life is Strange. Bye bye!